here's where we're at. This company is officially in pre-launch right now. Everything is in beta mode. The official, launch, what we told everybody is January and February is pre-launch, March 1st is our official launch, but we're actually in business. Everything's not finished, but everything is in working order and looking very good and moving at a very, very rapid pace. So what's great for anybody getting involved right now is when you talk about being at the foundation, you're at the foundation. You're at the very beginning. And we're very excited about what you're going to see because this is simple. It's something that's easy. It's something that everybody will be interested in. It appeals to the masses. And it's something that everybody in this room can make a serious, serious income from as nothing more than just a little simple side gig. And that's actually what we've done with this is we've created a program that's really designed for people that are full-time employed but are looking for that extra income. And in this country today, 40% of all Americans are involved in some sort of additional side gig, make additional income. So even people with very high income levels are always still looking for a way to make more money. And when they find something like this that's very attractive, it's also very simple, it's something that they know will appeal to anybody they share it with, then it starts to get very, very exciting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the process as I do this business presentation of actually kind of what happens step by step as somebody looks at this, gets involved, what they do, how they do it, and understanding the entire opportunity that exists. And it's going to start with, obviously, this first slide you see there, because I believe that anybody that gets involved at this point in time, in the first year can make very easily anywhere from 50 to 100K. They can make more. That's very, very possible, depending on the individual and how hard they're willing to work at this. And when I say work, it's a little bit different than most work because all this is about is basically giving somebody the app, which is not quite ready yet, but right now you can give them the website or give them the gift card. That's all you're doing with anybody is just giving somebody a gift and then letting them make their own decision. And because of that, it's something you can do with anybody and everybody you meet. As a matter of fact, now that we're done, I can't wait. Actually, I get to start at this week. Now that this thing's officially done, and I know when people go there, it all works, and it's operating the way it's supposed to. And please understand, even though this is a brand new company, I started working on this platform, this technology, and everything we've got here probably 4 years ago, maybe 5. I'm not even sure now. I'm losing track of time. It's been so long. Putting all this together just to get to this point right now. And for me to sit here with just a handful of people getting the first little business presentation is probably the most exciting day I'll ever have because I know one day I'll be standing in front of because I've done this many, many times in my life, I'll be standing in front of a 10,000, 20,000, DBOs, that's what we call it, everybody gets involved, digital business owners. It's some major event somewhere in the United States, but that's a couple years down the road. My hope is that all of you will be in it and on the front row. So that would be nice. So let's get into this, and I think you're going to find this entertaining, exciting, simple. And again, if it doesn't really make you get excited, then probably it's not the thing you want to be doing. It really isn't, because it's just so cool. So let's get started. And remember, I'm not going to go through an entire presentation here. I'm actually only going to concentrate in this business presentation on about 6 or 7 slides that I really want everybody to really get. Because if you really get these 6 or 7 points I'm going to talk about, then I think you're going to understand how big this can be. Well, just to start with, to get an overview, I just want everybody to get the idea that the world is changing. And what we talked about, 40% of all Americans are now involved in some type of side gig. In 2020, they really expect the whole gig economy to explode. Now, everybody kind of knows what a gig is, maybe not, but let's just make sure you understand what it is. Obviously, what it is, it's just people, and all people are doing is they're using either an app or it's a web-based program where they can either be the service or use the service, like Uber, Angie's List, anything like that. You work from home, you get your own hours, you do what you want. And what I like about what we're doing is we're actually the first e-gig opportunity that's app and web-based, but it has to do with travel. If you look at what's happened out there, all these gigs that have exploded and kind of changed the way we do business, like Uber, for example. Like right now, how many people here use taxis versus Uber? You use taxis now instead of Uber?
Oh, no. I use Uber.
I guarantee almost everybody in the room doesn't use taxis anymore. You probably use Uber when you go someplace. Well, a few years ago, that didn't even exist. It didn't even exist. And so they actually just completely disrupted the entire industry, the entire transportation industry. And what's happened out of that is the people that have gotten involved in Uber make a nice income from just going around, providing that service to people that want to use the service. Well, that's all we're doing. That's all we're doing, except we're doing it with something that's even more exciting than transportation. We're doing it with travel. Think about it. That's all we're doing. We're actually providing e-gig, which means it's digital-based, it's online. And all you're going to do is you're going to basically share this. Like, for example, if I saw Dave, and I said to Dave, I just said, hey, Dave, I said, I've got this coolest thing. It's called a travel gig. And all I want you to do is you check it out and tell me if this is something you're interested in. So I hand him that card, right?
Oh, wow.
Okay?
That's cool.
And then I go to you guys and I just say the same thing. So I'm going to give you one. By the way, this is how fast you can build a business. You don't have to talk to people. So the reason I'm going to give you guys one cold one is I want you to keep this recent. Maybe you've seen this before, of course. But we're changing this. I know you're going to give you one just to make sure you're focused, okay? So I'm building my business. Okay, by the way, guys, right now I'm building my business, okay? I'm actually building my business because all I've really said to each and every one of you is, hey, listen, this is the coolest thing. You travel. If Johnny tells me yes, I'm going to give him one of these. Says you got to check this out. If he says no, I say, are you looking for some sort of gig to make extra money? Most people will say yes, right? I say, check this out. That's it. No selling, no trying to convince anybody. All I do is send this out. Now, what I'm going to be doing in this coming month, now that we're ready to go, I'm going to be putting this in the hands of hundreds of people, thousands of people, not just one or two. And when you start looking at what that can mean for you by doing the same thing, it starts to get very exciting. So let's go into this a little bit deeper. You can kind of see how simple it is. So like I said, it's simple, right? You're just going to send people to the app or the website. And what happens is, when that person, for example, anybody's room I just gave this to, goes and looks at the website, and you realize, hey, I can use this just to save money on travel for the rest of my life. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to sign up anything. I don't have to be involved in anything. I can just use it for travel. But guess what happens to you? When that person travels, you make money. Every time. Forever. So it's very simple. It's pretty easy. We use what we call an e-gig referral system to build wealth. Now that's what I'm going to go into in detail today. Because what I really want everybody to get, number one, is it's just a few parts to this. One is, how does the travel part work? Why does it work? How come it works? What makes us different? I'm going to answer all those questions. The second part is, for everybody in terms, how do I make money from it? How is this going to generate wealth for me? Once you get those two questions, that's pretty much it. There's not much more to it. All right, so let's get started. Now, I'm not going to go into all this right now about travel. I'm just going to show you a couple things that I think is important for this training purposes. So I'm not getting into all the details here. I'm not going to go all the... This is in our business presentation, which is really nice. And when I'm doing a regular business presentation, I would go through all those points. But for you guys, what I want to focus on is just, like I said, 6 or 7 slides that tells our story. Okay? So, number one is we are an e-gig. All right? We're a digital online travel company where you do not sell anything. You don't have to do meetings. You don't have to do trainings. You don't have to do presentations. I do it all for you. And I'm going to have it all done where it's all online. I'm not even going to have to do this in about 3 months because what I'm doing here will all be available online. So if somebody wants to understand all the details of what I'm sharing with you guys today, they'll just go online and look at it. If they want to see the entire business presentation, they'll go online and look at it. If they want to see how the travel thing works, how does my travel, why is this so special, they'll go online and look at it. My work's done. You know what my work's going to be and what your work's going to be? Here, 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 here. That's it. Or, obviously with the app, you just get online, you send it to everybody. You send the app or the website to everybody. Everybody that follows you on Facebook, everybody that follows you on Twitter, you're just going to send it. So getting back to point number 2. So that's the e-gig, the concept behind it. Point 2 is, well, why would anybody want to use what we're offering as an e-gig, right? Well, here's why. And this is the most probably important slide of all. Right now, when you guys go and book travel, or anybody in the United States goes and books travel today, how do they do it? Don't go to travel agencies anymore. They're a thing of the past, right? So the only way everybody books their travel, and we all know, you go to one of these companies right here. And if you ever watch TV, they're advertising your face every day. You can't escape Expedia and Travel and Trivago and Hotels.com and all these guys. They are advertising in front of you all day to come to their portal, their booking engine to book your travel. And Trivago there will tell you that if you use them, they're going to send you to the people with the best deal. And you know who they send you to all the time for the best deal? If you ever watch the TV ad, when you notice they hold the screen up, they say, Trivago, this is the best deal for Trivago, right? At the very top with the deepest discount, and this is always interesting, go look the next time you see the commercial, you know who it is? It's Expedia. Interesting. Expedia always has the best deal. Why is that? Oh, Expedia owns Trivago. That's why. So this is what's happening in this industry. The entire industry is actually owned by two companies, Expedia and Booking.com. They own everybody else. Everybody else. So they're actually, all they really do is advertise against themselves. That's all they do. So think about that. When you're in the travel world, you realize, wait a minute, I'm not getting a deal. And have you ever noticed too when they tell you they got these deals? When it's all said and done, you've worn yourself out looking for the best hotel deal, you've probably saved $5 or $10. That's all you said. That's it. Why? Well, because they all have to work with a very simple concept. They have to sell all their hotels and resorts at retail. Because there's a thing in the industry called hotel rate parity. This is key to what we're doing. What that means is if you're open to the public, all the hotels, but think about it, Marriott, they don't want Expedia and Booking.com selling at totally different prices because they want to control their price points. They don't want to discount. So they tell everybody, this is the range you've got to play with to do all your marketing stuff. We'll give you $5 to $10 on every room. And you can act like you're just giving somebody the greatest deal in the world. Because they're all selling at retail because of hotel rate parity, because that's what the contracts call for by all the hotel providers and all the resort providers. Now, so what do we do that's different? And this is why this works. It's not smoke and mirror. A lot of people say, oh yeah, right, it doesn't really. No, but once you understand this, you'll know that when you're offering this to you, it's the real thing. What do we do that's different? We are behind closed doors. We are private access. We're in a subscription model. You know, just like Netflix or Hulu or even your phone. That's a subscription model, right? You pay every month for your phone service, right? And they're always competing stuff. But because we're a subscription model, we do not have to follow hotel rate parity. What that means is we can set the price at any point we want. And what do? We, in exchange for somebody subscribing to our travel portal, our travel engine, we give them the real cost in a room. The real cost in a room, which is substantial. And that is what we do. And let me show you a couple examples of how that actually works. Okay, I was just talking about this right there, about the hotel rate parity. We don't have to do any of those things. Kind of explained all that. And by the way, our booking engine is 950,000 hotels and resorts worldwide. That's the same as everybody else. That was anything Expedia has, we have, except if we see stuff that we don't want on there, just like Expedia, sometimes you get these 1- and 2-star hotels that are really bad, and you don't want to advertise them. It's like some of these roadside things, you go, no, we don't even put those up because people are going to be really upset if they book and go there, right? So we don't put those up. But any decent hotel, from even a Motel 6 up, you'll find it in our booking engine, all the way up to the Ritz-Carltons and the Four Seasons. Now this is what's cool. I want to show you this on the pricing. All right, so this was an example, right, of, again, this is our luxury subscriptions package, right, which is the only package we have right now. We have one package, and what it does, it gives you 100% of the margin in the room. So there's the public price, there's our price, and there's the savings, $511. Not bad, right? That's pretty good. That's for a 3-night stay. Now, to show it, and because you guys can go look at it yourself, but I want to show you what I just did the other day. This is me. Let me get to it. What happened to it? Where's it at? It's not on here?
What you look for?
I'm looking for the screenshot I did. That's not, we didn't bring that in?
For this part, not yet.
Oh, I didn't bring that in? Oh, I thought we brought that in. Okay, let me show it to you because this is important. Let me bring this. Let me get out of here for just a second. Come on. Okay. No, not that one. I'll show that later. Okay, not that.
It's on your desktop.
Yeah, I'll find it. There it is. Okay. The other day, I told my wife, let's go to New Orleans and go to Mardi Gras. Everybody been to Mardi Gras? Yeah. Okay. Love Mardi Gras. She hasn't been. You guys just go, or you're going this year?
We're from there.
Oh, you're from there. Well, you probably hide from it then. But my wife has never been, and I've gone all my life. And if you haven't experienced Mardi Gras in New Orleans, that's an experience of a life. You got to go. So I decided, let's go. Right. So last minute, I decided, we'll see. I went to our site to see what I could do as far as a booking goes. This is what happened. Okay? I went to Expedia. Can everybody see this okay? I went to Expedia because I was looking for a hotel that was right off the parade routes. And this hotel happens to sit about 1 block off where the parades run in the Garden District. And so I wanted something, because I don't like getting out there in the crazy streets and all that stuff. I can do that at night, but just to watch the parades, I wanted to be really close. So I found this on Expedia, and here's the price, $562 per night. It was based on the day that I looked. You can go up there and see the dates. I put on there February 19th, 21st. And so that was the deal, $562 a night, and I wanted to stay for 2 nights. So it's going to cost me, what is that, about $1,100, $1,200, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That was their price on that day. Now, what I did is, make sure I got this, I'll bring up mine. I went to our site, our booking engine, and I had to book the same room. And this is what I actually booked. So you see the dates over there on the left there, 19th to the 21st, right? 2 nights, same hotel. The public price was $1,367. And Expedia had it for like $1,250, but with taxes it was over there because that didn't show taxes, so it was $1,367. Because our price always shows, by the way, including taxes. That's another thing that happens. So a lot of these sites do not show you the taxes and you get back in to get ready to book. There was the public price. That's what I paid for those 2 nights, $247. So what did I save? Over $1,000 in one stay. In one stay. Well, think about this. Anybody that travels, even if they only take 1 or 2 vacations a year, that's pretty substantial. That makes for a nice savings. That's a lot of money back in your pocket. That's $1,000 I can use to go down Bourbon Street and throw my money away, right? So instead of giving it to the hotel, and this is exactly. It's always apples to apples, same room, same date, same everything. So that's what we're able to do, guys. So before I leave this behind, because this is so critical about the hotel thing, I want to answer any questions you guys have, because this is the number one component about what we do and why we're different, is the fact that we can actually access everything and give it to you at cost. So any questions on that?
Sure. What you said a moment ago about the taxes, they never show on Expedia, they never show you the taxes until you get all the way through the checkout process.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas ours shows you.
Always with taxes included. And it always says in there, I think it says it somewhere on here, well, not on this page, but on the front, on the home page, not where I was actually booking it from, it'll say taxes included.
On the left side.
Oh, is it on the left side there?
Yeah.
I couldn't see it. Oh, okay, yeah, so it's there, all right. So they don't ever show you the taxes.
Right, and they also have the room options that you
Right.
can click on to pick the type of room you want.
Right. And then it'll change based on room, but so does Expedia. So,
Right.
but it's always room to room. And those, when we show a price, we can't play games with this. When we show a public price and we show it has to be the real world that we're looking at. And remember, this is done what they call this happens instantaneously. Notice, if you went back in 10 minutes later, those prices will probably change. But the public price will still be way up here and our price will still be way down here. It could be changing because of the supply and demand, but we're always going to have this huge savings in there, no matter what happens. For example, a buddy of mine wanted to go at the last minute. I said, well, go here because we're right here on the thing. It was like maybe 2 or 3 days later, I talked to him, he went in and guess what? All the rooms were sold out, completely gone, because it's Mardi Gras. And and so you see, I didn't book that. I don't know if that has the date on that I actually booked it. Did it show that anywhere? It was not that long ago, but anyway, it doesn't show it there. It would show it in my actual receipt that showed when I booked it and got my confirmation, which I actually have too, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, so we need more questions on that before I move on. Yes?
If I'm understanding correct, we differ from just shopping online.
Mm-hmm.
The benefit of them using us is it not only helps your upline, it builds the company as a whole, which in turn comes back to you. What would you say to somebody in terms of why it would benefit them? So let's say they're not real money conscious and they don't really care and they're just looking and shopping, but it actually long-term benefits them.
Well,
what would you say to them?
Okay, well, what I would say to anybody is, okay, well, there's 2 sides of this program. One is the savings side, one is the income side. So if you don't really care about savings, okay, so you don't care about savings. I tell you what, I've never met too many people that are successful that don't care about saving money. As a matter of fact, I always found the more people make, the more they want to save. I always find that very interesting, Because like me, I'm as tight as they come. Trust me, I love that. I love it. I don't care if I can pay $3,000 a night for the room. I love that I'm walking in and I'm paying that, and I know that guy next to me is paying the other number. I mean, you're talking about a real Trivago ad. That's a real Trivago ad. So So, but to answer your question, yeah, well, the really answer to anybody is okay. What this does, though, is this thing grows because remember, you're making money as people travel and use this benefit package. You're making it either from the subscriptions or you make it when they're using the free Travel Saver card, which we'll talk about in a minute. So, again, it's either, hey, you want to save money? That's fine. If you don't want to save $2,000 or $3,000 a year? Fine. You want to make money? Fine. If you don't want to do either one, then just isn't for you. Move on. Anybody that want to save or make, I can't help them. It's definitely not a program for them. But that's not the truth. The reality is 95% of the people you meet either want to save or make. And a lot of them would love to have both if they could do it without too much work. Because everybody's lazy, me included. I don't like to work hard. I like to work smart.
So the question is, what would you tell someone who really doesn't get the concept too much, but just a very quick statement as to how they make the money?
Well, that I'm going to share with you in just a second.
Yeah.
I'm going to share that part.
Time, so you can convey that to someone?
So vaguely, yeah. Well, if you want to just give you a 1 second answer, it's like, okay, you're not interested in saving? Do you want to make money? Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, then let me show you how. Now, I can't just do it in 1 second. I'll say, let me show you, because what's going to happen is, as other people save, you're going to get paid income. So if that interests you, and I'm going to show you how, matter of fact, I'm going to show you in this next slide. Let's bring it up right now. So what will happen is, when you give this to somebody, just like I gave you that, it's the same thing. When you give it to somebody, because this is what you're going to have to give right now, and a person looks at it and says, okay, I don't really care about saving money, but I'd like to make money. Okay, so when you go look at this, realize this. As you pass these out to other people, and they go in and decide to book a trip, whatever they save, what do you make? You make 50% of whatever they save. So, in this example right here, I gave, let's say we turned it around. Let's say you guys gave me the card, okay? You gave me the card. I decided to go to Italy. Thank you very much. I went into the portal, the booking engine, right? Because you gave me this card. And I go to the booking engine, and it showed my 1 week stay in Italy was $1,800 by everybody else. And I don't believe it, so I go check Expedia and Trivago and everybody else. Oh, yeah, it is $1,800, okay? Oh, Life Trends is offering me that same room, that same stay for $1,100. I think I'll take that. So now I go to Italy and travel. How much money did you just make? I saved $600, right? Because I went to Italy, you gave me the card, I went to Italy, you just got paid $300. So that's the start of the income stream for you. So what would happen if you handed out 1,000 of these? Or 5,000 or 10,000 or whatever it is, and people started traveling and saving? It's a lot of money. But that's if they didn't take the benefit package. That's if this is like, when somebody goes this route, they basically said no to the idea of really making a lot of money. But they just said, you know what? I just like to save a little bit, and I'll just, I'll take the card and save it. I'm not interested in making money. I'm just interested in saving. So I'm the reverse. I could care less about your business. I just want to save money. I'll take this and use it. So I go save my money, and of course you've made your money. When they go to the website, and you guys have seen what happens, when you send them to the website, from this card, they see a little 3-minute presentation, right? It kind of explains the story very quickly. Not enough to make it a really intelligent decision, but it explains the story. But it might get somebody very excited about it. So the very next step is, it says on the website, make your choice. So you decide what you want to do. Well, there's 4 things the person would choose to do. So again, Johnny, you gave me the card. I go to the website. I go, that's kind of interesting. Let me see what it's all about. I go in. I look at my 4 choices. My worst choice of all is the one we just showed. Because I basically say to Johnny, I'm not interested in the big savings. I'm not interested in paying anything for a subscription, even if it's for free. And I'm not interested in the business, but I'll take the $3,000 saver card. Why not? So I take that and I go to Italy. I save $600 and you just made $300. That's when somebody tells you no. That's total rejection. You'll take that rejection all day long. I mean, again, with the way this is working now, guys, it's going to happen so fast, what we're getting ready to do here. It's going to be very explosive. Now, the second thing would happen is I would look at this and go, you know what, this is pretty cool. Because once I've seen the whole presentation, I realize the only thing I have to do to be successful at this is what?
Just show the card.
Give the card away. Give the card away, or send people to the website or the app, and the app's available. That's all I'm going to do. Not going to be doing meetings. Not going to be doing trainings. Not going to be doing I don't have to do all these qualifications, jump through these hoops. I don't have to try to give this to my friends and family that don't want it. I just say, guys, when I give this to everybody, I don't care what you decide. It makes no difference to me. It's what you want. That's all that matters. I just didn't say, it's your choice. And the person goes in and they have 4 choices. So if I was somebody that says, Johnny gave this to me, and I go, wow, I would like to save $2,000 or $3,000 a year on my travel. I would love that because I travel a lot. That's pretty cool. And then second, I go, and I'd definitely like to make an extra $50,000 to $100,000 a year. That would be kind of cool. I'd love that. Let me do this. So here's what would happen. I would make the decision. What does it cost? Is it affordable? I would go through. I've looked at everything. And then I would say, okay, what's it going to cost me? Well, it's going to cost me, for the subscription, it's going to cost me $40 a month, right? So $40 a month. But, and then, for example, that one I just showed you, that I'm going to Italy, how much did I save on I'm sorry, the one I went to Northern, how much did I save on a two-day stay? $1,000, right? So at $39 a month, and that was just 1 2-night stay. By the way, that's coming up fair. Guess what? I'm traveling again this week. I got to fly down to Florida this week. I'm going to be down there. And guess what? I just looked at the price. I'm going during spring break. Anybody been in Fort Lauderdale during spring break? There are no deals. We got deals, but it's expensive, but compared to everybody else. I mean, I was looking at the Ritz-Carlton for 2 nights down there. It was $5,000 for 2 nights. And when you got to be kidding me. You know, but again, it's supply and demand with everything. Now, obviously, we had it for $1,000 less, so I would have saved $1,000, but I'm not going to spend $5,000 because I'm too frugal. There's no way. So I'll still go find something on my site that gives me the deal I want and the price I'm willing to pay. But the point is, I would look at that and go, okay, $39. Okay, that's cool. I travel. And plus, don't forget, guys, with our program, it's not just travel, because you can save on everything. Restaurants, movie tickets, shopping, everything you do, you can save on. And I know for a fact, my wife and I only save maybe on the low side, a couple $100 extra every month by using our benefits, okay? So I look at that and go, okay, that's not bad. There's the monthly benefit. That's to be in the business, right? So to have this as a business is $10. Why am I going to do that? Because what I'm getting ready to show you how much money I can make, the $50 to $100K the first year. So the total package is $49. Oh, what is this? I get a same as cash restaurant certificate. Oh, that's $50. What does that mean? Well, what it means is that my monthly cost is 0. Actually, what have I just done? I just made a nickel. Because, it's not bad. So now I'm looking at this and go, wait a minute. So now I can save $2,000 or $3,000. I can make $50 to $100K. And my cost to do it is 0. That's not a bad deal. Now, it won't be 0 if I don't ever eat out. But everybody eats out. And if I can eat out for free, I'll eat out for free. Because it's basically $50 I won't be spending at home. So everybody has to buy food. Whether you eat out or you eat at home, you got to eat. So if I can get $50 in free food every month, and that offsets my business, that's a pretty cool deal. That's why this thing's going to explode. So now I'm sitting there going, well, this is pretty great. I mean, I can save thousands and thousands. I mean, just my movie tickets and the restaurants, guys. I know we save, a couple $100 a month? A couple $100, always. And we don't even go to the movies that much, but we go. So I look at that and go, that's pretty cool. So you're already ahead for signing up. And then I look at this and go, what is this? Okay, now I'm looking at the business side. Eliminate the $39. That's interesting, my monthly subscription. How do I eliminate that? Oh, I spread the word and my subscription is free. Oh, so I gave everybody in this room one of these cards, right? So as I start to hand these cards out, if I find 3 people in the world that are interested in saving and making money, how much is it now costing me? Nothing, again, but guess what? Actually, I'm making money before I started because remember, and this is very important, I still get the $50 cash certificate every month. So now I'm $40 ahead, and I got a business, and I got a program that is unbelievable, that you can't get anywhere else. That's a pretty good deal. So think about it from the eyes of the person that's going to be looking at this, and they're going, wait a minute, this is kind of different. There's no cost here. I'm actually making money before I start. And remember, we haven't got to the best part, which is what? The income. I'm telling you, the income on this, guys, because this is set up so well, because what people are going to look at before they make the decision to do this from the income side is, they're going to have to believe everything I just shared with you, right? They're going to have to believe that the hotel and resort package is real. It offers true discounts and savings. We can give you true discounts and savings in restaurants and movies and all this stuff. Once you've accepted that, and then you've accepted this part, that, well, this is pretty cool, because I'm pretty sure I get 3 people interested in saving money. So now I don't even have, I'm actually making money. It makes it all work. It makes it all work. And that's why I think we're on the verge of something that will go viral. Because all anybody has to do, I'm going to keep saying this over and over again, if you really get this, please don't sell. You don't need to sell this. Just push the card out, give it to people. Give the card, give the app, the website, let it do the work for you. Because even everything I'm doing here is going to be in training stuff that people can go look at and decide for themselves. All right, so any questions on that before I move on? Okay, pretty simple, right? So does everybody got the first part, which is the benefits, the savings, all that's real. We've shown that. Second part is we've made the whole business free. Actually, you're making money. So what's left? What's left is how much money can you make and what exactly do you do, which is the 2 things I'm going to cover next. All right, so what have I said you need to do to make this work, right? Before I'm going to talk about the income, what do you do to make it work? Well, what you're going to do is as simple as giving the gift, right? Right now it's this, but we're changing this because we want to make this even easier for everybody, easier and more cost effective. We're actually building the app as we speak, because the concept behind building the app is going to be this. Once this app is built, and all you're going to do is be able to send it to people, but we're going to set this app up as a tool, it's a marketing tool, that's going to allow you to push out to anybody that you know in the world. Anybody that's in your email list, anybody that's on your phone list, anybody that follows you on Facebook or Twitter, social media, any type of social media, at a push of a button, you're going to be able to send everybody you know, and probably everybody has thousands, they realize not thousands of people they come in contact with in their life. And it doesn't matter if they're friends or family, or you don't even, they could be almost strangers, somebody you just cross paths in one time and they follow you on LinkedIn. You don't even really know them. But you're going to push this out to them, but it's a push of a button from the app, and it's going to tell them the story we're doing right now. It's going to say, this is a new thing called a travel gig, and this is how it works, and this is how simple it is, and this is how much money you're going to save, and this is how much money you can make. Are you interested? And if you're interested, your job is to send the app to everybody you know, or give the gift card to everybody you know. That's it. That's your job. That's the whole marketing behind this. Instead of having this, you guys are going to have this. All right? This is going to be the new marketing. It still says unlock the gift. But what we wanted to do, and think about how cool this is, we wanted to turn this into a business card that you can give to the masses, right? And just anybody, everybody you come in contact with. You don't even have to try to just say, you could just, like I just did, I could go to you, Johnny, and we just shook hands and we talked about something, and I said, Johnny, I got to give you this. This is the coolest thing. It's called a travel gig. Here's my card. That's going to be my card. I'm going to hand to you. And you see on the front, it says $1,000 travel saver card, unlock the gift, right? I've given it to you. Now what happens is, you flip it over, you look at it. If it's a personal card, like say, Johnny, you don't have a business, but it's just a personal card, that's what it would say. Actually, see, it's got your name there, John. Short for John. Yeah, almost. So what would happen there is on the back side, it's basically got your website information, your name, your phone number, and everything. It's a business card that you hand to somebody. But what's cool about it is that it tells them, it says, use the DBO code on the front, which is that number right there, and enter to go ahead and start saving $1,000. So what did this do? This is now a tool. It's a business card, but also it's a tool that you can use to get customers. If you're into, you retain customers, to just get people interested in the business. You're just giving them the card and saying, go check out this site. You've got to go check this out. Decide what you want. Now what happens when you give me that card and I go to the site? It just repeats over and over again. I go to the site. It shows me the 3-minute video, right? I watch the video. I make my choice. I got 4 choices. Whatever choice I choose, you win. I mean, the only way you can't make something is if my choice is to do this, going, nah, I'm not interested in any of it. Oh, but he came along with, what is that? What is this? I found it on the street. I go check this out, and I go on and sign up to this thing, and I make him $1 million because I got excited about it, and the other guy threw it in the street. because it still works. And that could happen. That could actually happen. Which is why we're making this very cost effective. I made a mistake when I did these, because I wanted something really beautiful, but it's too expensive. They're 50 cents a piece. That's almost my cost in it. People can't just give those out by the thousands. This is going to be pennies. These cards will be pennies. And guess what? That card is going to be in your back office when?
This week.
This week.
This week.
This week. So that means everybody, now again, this is a personal card, but let's say you've got a business, you could do it set up as, it could be a company card. All right? Now this would be great because you're trying to get customers, retain customers, or get them into the business, right? Same thing, it's your card on the front. I mean, it's this marketing tool in the front, which is a $1,000 gift you're giving somebody. On the back, it's your information. So there's Mr. Wilson Tires. He's all excited because he just said, look, he might hand this card to somebody. Think about a business owner's doing this now. I'm the tire. I'm the guy. I own tires. I see somebody say, look, I noticed you need tires. Here, you know what? I tell you what, if you'll just check out my business, I'll give you a $1,000 gift. He just hands it to him. Didn't try to sell it. Says, I'll give you a $1,000 gift for just coming by and checking out my tire company. Or I own a florist shop. Check out my florist shop. Or maybe my customers are coming in the door in my business. And this is why this is going to be explosive, guys. Because people are coming into my business, and I've got this card now, and they come in, and I go, Mrs. Smith, you've been a great customer of mine for years. I want to give this to you. It's a $1,000 card. Matter of fact, there's more to it if you're interested, but if you just want the $1,000 card, take that, and thank you very much. But now Mrs. Smith goes home, and she says, wow, $1,000, let me check this out. And she goes in, and she says to make your choice. She goes, wait a minute. She didn't tell me there was a business here I could do if I wanted to. Forget the card, I want to be in the business. Just think, wow, that's going to work. So imagine if you went to, this is one of the marketing campaigns you guys can do to just be explosive, okay? Even though I do have a separate VIP business program, which I'm not going to talk about today. What if you just used this and you went and talked to business owners? And you said, look, make this your new business card because, for example, you're a doctor, right? So you've got patients. And if you just want to say, look, as a patient, I want to give you something as a gift. And this is for being a patient, I appreciate it. Look, don't worry about the business side, but just take advantage of the $1,000 travel cert because it'll save you money in travel. And I come in, well, thank you. But then again, I go home and look at it and go, well, yeah, I like the $1,000 travel saver card, but for me, I travel a lot. I just want to subscribe to the benefit package because this can save me a lot more money. So I decide I want to be a luxury subscriber. Well, guess what? You get a monthly commission on that. Or I just say, I want to be in the business and be a luxury subscriber. You make money on that. So whatever I decide, or I just say, well, thank you for the card, I use the card. You make money on that. Guys, just so you know, too, and this is real important. Okay, where's the money come from to do this, right? On the subscription side, when somebody's paying the $39.95 a month, which of course we get it for free because of everything we talked about, but on that one, we give 100% of the margin in that hotel room. So let's use this simple. Let's say that, for example, Expedia is selling a room for $500, and the real cost in that room is let's say it's $200. Okay. Well, if you have the luxury package, you pay $200 instead of $500. So you save $300, right? Great. If you use this, which is free, you give this one to, guess what happens? We only give you half the margin in the room. So therefore, we only give you $150 savings instead of the $300 in savings. So you, because it's free, you don't pay for it. You got $150 savings. But why do we do that? Because remember, we're paying you 50% of whatever they saved. So we're taking that other money and giving it to you in the form of commission. That's how it works. So again, it's not smoke and mirrors, it's just all simple math. So that's the business card that you will use to build your business, either through businesses, individuals, and think about this, guys. This is what gets me so excited. I've been driving Dave crazy because even though I like this, it's too expensive. I want to be able to give out thousands of these. Thousands of them. I want to give them to everybody. I will have my pockets loaded with these. And everybody I come in contact with, just like I did in this room, I don't care if you throw it on the ground, because if you do, I'm still going to win. That's not selling. It's just giving. And I love that because I don't like selling. I hate when somebody comes up to me and says, I got this opportunity for you. Oh, you got to see this opportunity. And tell you this product is the most, you cannot live without this product. We got to set up a time when we can sit down and have a meeting and I can show you this product. I used to do that. I hated it. I hated doing it. I hated people doing it to me. I never liked it. But that's what you have to do in typical network marketing if you're going to make money, is you've got to convince somebody you've got this amazing juice that's going to change your whole life, and you've got to take it, this cosmetic or skincare or whatever it is. I don't like that. I don't. But what I do like is saving money. All right, so here's how the business part of it works. When somebody gets involved through the program, whether it be the 39 or the 49, whichever way they come in, you get paid a monthly subscription, because remember, we're a subscription base. And the fact that I'm getting it for free because I get a cash certificate and all that stuff has nothing to do with your commissions. You still get your commissions. So what would happen is, on every person you set up as a DBO, which is a digital business owner, that's somebody that gets involved in the business, or somebody that just becomes a luxury subscriber because they want the savings, you make $2 on every one of those customers per month. Every month. All right? So what does that start to look like? I just want to walk you guys through this a little bit. This is a little simple. So let's say, for example, you enroll 5 DBOs. And again, I just told you, if you'd sign me up, I'm not going to enroll 5. I'm going to probably enroll, and I promise you I will. I'll enroll at least 1,000 people myself. I will. Because I love it. It's simple. It's easy. I love it. And guess what? I'm a member here at the club. And everybody here doesn't need extra income. Most people here are pretty well-to-do. But you know what everybody here does? They travel. So I'm going to give every one of them a card because I know they're going to want to do this. They'll all sign up to the luxury side because they travel a lot and it'll save them money. But you know what also will happen? Believe it or not, about 20% of those people I sign up are all very, very wealthy people. Some of these people in here are just, you can't imagine the wealth they've got. But some of the people I give this card to will do the business. Why? Why will they do it? Well, I'll give you an example of a guy that's doing it right now. I just signed up a guy named Joe Ricardo. He lives here in Country Club. Got one of those beautiful homes right here as you're coming in on the 18th there. And about a 14,000 square foot home. We were there they had a Kentucky Derby party there last year. It was like an amazing party. Guy must have spent at least $250,000 for the party, at least. And it was a great party. Matter of fact, my wife won one of the best costumes, right, for Kentucky Derby. Because it's all about the big hats. So she's wearing the big hat, and she won for best hat. So Joe Ricardo owns a company called Elite Flooring. Elite Flooring is one of the biggest flooring companies in the United States, and it just exploded. The guy makes so much money, it's ridiculous. I showed this to him. You know what the first thing he did was? Oh, Mark, I can give this to all my customers. I'm going to do this. So he got involved. And then his wife, who I love dearly, Vicki, she came to me and she said, well, can I do this with charities? I said, sure you can. So guess what she's doing? She's now getting me set up with St. Jude's, to do it with St. Jude's. Because she said, the charities, they're always looking for a way to raise money. And if I could give them this Travel Saver card, not for the business, just to give them the Travel Saver card. And what we do for charities, by the way, we give them a separate landing page, so it's not involved with the business or anything. It's just where people can go in and activate the card and get the savings, and we give the money to the charity. It has to come through us, and then we're able to give it to them in a donation. That's all the way it works. So think about that. Somebody very wealthy already looked at it and go, I'll bring you St. Jude's, and I'm going to bring in everybody I know, my customers, because I think this is great for them. So talk about 5. This example is okay. So this example we're talking about is that you get 5 DBOs, and every one of them never has more than 1 customer. But again, use me as an example. You got me, and I go get somebody like St. Jude's. How many customers do I have? I mean, I don't know. How many would I have if I got St. Jude's to do this? Who knows? I don't even know. But the point is, you think I'd have more than 1 customer? I think so. But this example is based on 1 customer. And nobody ever has more than 1 customer, ever, in this whole example. So again, 5 DBOs, digital business owners, each with 1 customer. You're making $2 every month on them, right? So your monthly commission is $20. Big deal. Okay, but here's what's different. That's your tier 1 commission, right? What do we mean by tier 1? The way this works. Now remember, you guys, you don't have to do anything, you don't do training, you don't have to teach anybody anything. All that works is we have what we call an e-gig referral system. And all it does is pay on 10 tiers of commissions. Has nothing to do with you. So whatever you set up, Johnny, Tim, whatever you guys set up, that's just your first tier. But if, for example, you set me up, what am I on? I'm one of your first tier guys, but the people I set up are your second tier people, right? So now I go out and I get 5. So now let's look at what it starts to look at. So now all of a sudden it starts to grow. because you got the 20 bucks from the first 5 DBOs, but now you're getting over 100 from your second tier, which is my first tier. But what happens if my first tier is more than 5? What if I do, like I said I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get 1,000 people? What does that do for you? That's a pretty nice second tier for you, isn't it? Because what we're showing is the most you'd ever have on your second tier is 25. And me alone, I could go get 1,000. So these numbers, like I said, and yet these numbers, when you look at them, start to look insane, because here's what starts to happen. Remember, the way this works is you get paid on 10 tiers, guys. And the only thing you really have any impact with is what tier. What tier do you really make a difference on? That's it. That's all you can really impact. You can't change what I'm going to do or not do. You can't change what the people I set up do or not do. The only thing you can impact is just you, the first tier. So in this example, we're showing that you, everybody in this room, never gives this card away, never has more than 5 DBOs. Okay, wonderful. And nobody else ever does anything more than that. This is what the numbers start to look like. Because remember, on this you're making $2 on every customer, and this is monthly, guys. This is every month. Okay, this is every month. Now again, we didn't fill out the numbers after that. Why? Because it gets ridiculous stuff. Remember I talked about it at the very beginning, I said I'm going to show people how to make $50,000 to $100,000 the first year in life insurance. So let's imagine that in your first year, you never get past the 4th or 5th tier, okay? And that, again, nobody ever gets more than 5, and that's all it goes. Even let's say it only gets to the 4th tier here, then you'd be at what? That's 4,000, almost 4,000 a month. That's times 12. What is 4 times 12? 48? Yeah, 48,000. So you're almost at 50 grand on just your 4th tier. But when the 5th tier comes along, the 6th and 7th, the 8th and 9th and 10th, you have no control over it. You don't know what's going to happen. You have no idea. None whatsoever. It has nothing to do with you. But here's what happens. It's that first tier. So the only thing that I always wonder about when people see this, they go, I just don't believe that. It can't happen. Fine. It's not going to happen. Let's look at it a little bit differently. Let's say that you just can't imagine that this is so simple and so easy that it could grow like that. I said, give me a slide that we can talk about so we can talk about what can happen. So this slide was saying that you never get more than 2, ever. And that anybody else in the entire world never gets more than 2. And yet, by the 10th tier, and maybe it takes a year for that to happen, maybe it takes 2 years, I don't know what it's going to take. But even at that level, and remember what you do is you add all these numbers up, because each one of these is what you get a month. So you have to add all this up. So even at that, at the end of when it's all said and done, you only get paid through 10 tiers, you got 1,000 DBOs, and you're making about 12, 14, 15, so 15,000 a month. That's if everybody never got more than 2, right? And so you go, okay, well I can believe that. I can handle that number. That's cool. That's all I can do. I can get 2. I think everybody can at least do that much. Of course, that says that everybody that we're showing up here can never get more than 2. They can't go out and get 1,000 or 10 or 5. They can't do that. They're not allowed to do that. But look at it here. What happens when you put 3? Look at how different. See how much it changes just from 3 getting 3? Look at the total figures now. And by the way, you guys understand that would be monthly, right? That would be monthly. Again, numbers you get to, you go, nope, not happening. Don't buy it. Can't be. All right, let's not buy that one then. All right, so let's say that you decide to get 5, but nobody else ever gets more than 3. Definitely not going to buy that number, right? Monthly. Can't buy that number. No, because you have these up and it's getting crazy. This is monthly. All based again from you just doing 5 and everybody else only getting 3, not 5 like you. But let's have some fun. What would happen if everybody just did 4? Oh, now it's really starting to look the same, right? That's 4. Let's look at 5. Anybody believe in any of these numbers? Nah. Me neither. Nah. 7. Nah, anybody believe in those numbers? Huh? That's how much is that? That's monthly. No, it can't be. It can't possibly be. Okay, this is a fun one to me. Just with okay, and again, this has never happened before as far as the way a business works, right? It's all based on the fact that just you giving out the cards and let it take its own course. So my question is, even though again, this is insane, because those numbers are ridiculous, right? That's ridiculous.
That's Bezos money.
That's 10
Yeah.
out of 10. Huh? That's
Bezos.
Bezos. Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's go back to something, everybody can kind of, relate to, because nobody can relate to 10 getting 10. I get that. Even that's pretty big. I can't think it's small enough. Okay. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's go to this one. Okay, everybody can buy into that. Everybody look at that and go, yeah, okay, now that's what I can make. But my question to you is, why can't, as simple as this is, why can't 3 get 3, or why can't 4 get 4, or 5 get 5? If all you're doing is, and you don't make it any more complicated than this, and that's what I hope everybody gets, if you just give out the card, you give the app, or you give the website when you first start, and just let everybody make their own decision.